Five, four, three, two, one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had. Bring him out. Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life.
Had to find my inner power.
To fashion, etiquette, and current events. Major show alert. All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you.
Check it out.
You're now rocking with the best.
Here I am, goddammit. Here I am. Welcome to the Romello Marcellus Show. I am he is me, and yeah, you know the rest. Goddammit, it is good to be alive. Goddammit, yeah. You got health and truth in your body, man. You can make a change to all the things that are going on around you. Know, if things control you or your circumstances, govern your mood and your manners. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it seems like a lot of us do that. Well, a lot of us that look like us, we tend to do that. We allow our circumstances to put us in screwy situations. But yeah, we're going to get off into that, man. If you'd like the show, man, hey, follow me. Let me know. Follow me right here on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell. As a matter of fact, I need to get those likes up. If you're in this room, man, I need you to hit that like. I need you to hit that like bell right now. I need you to hit that like button right now. Any ideas, any thoughts, leave it in the comments. Hey, subscribe, share this with your friend. Over there, man, at the right side of your screen, there should be a share button right there. If you click that share button, you can share it to your groups, you can share it with your friends. Bring them on in, man. Let's broaden the conversation. We all here now. More heads and more thoughts. Yeah, make it more better. More better without the blues. Yeah. Follow me on Instagram. Double tap me. Let me know you came through. Yeah. Share. And I'll be going live on a little later night, man, later on tonight to talk about some other stuff. So, stay tuned. Yeah, no, you should be on Instagram or Facebook as well. Follow me. You know what to do. If you're on Facebook at this time, man, just notice that about 10 minutes I'll fade out. You have to go over to YouTube to get this. Got to train you guys to come on over to the YouTube platform at 8:30 every night during the week. All right? Yeah, we here. I don't know whether y'all can hear my music or not, but I try to turn it down low so that I don't want to get no, I want you to hear me. But if you can hear me, if you can hear me, throw a thumbs up. Let me know you can hear me clearly. You can see me, all that good stuff. I am listening to a little something. So, it's just to keep my tone in my head and my step and my pace and my rhythm, all that good stuff. Yeah. Tonight, man, we're talking about this. Listen, is Black love dead? The love of self, how we love ourselves, how we treat one another. I went to a concert this weekend past, and had an incident arise where Joker just walked past and just blatantly knocked my drink out of my hand. So I commenced to check the guy, and his position is he wanted to replace the drink, and for after the man thing, the pissing contest ensued. He began to say, well, look, I don't know you either, and so on and so on. But he said, you know what? I would replace the drink if I could, but I can't because the place was closed. But I went on to say, man, it's not even about the drink. It's just the fact that we as Black men should be able to acknowledge one another and respect each other. That's all I want. So he went on, he apologized, and boom, we linked up and exchanged information. It's just the camaraderie of that moment, or how two brothers can actually turn a situation that could have went way left and put it on a straight path to where we can coexist and have respect and appreciate each other. It's like all of these, another example, all these rappers that are being killed or checked or having to check in. That's some bullshit, man. We come up in a country where we already had to be checked in any neighborhood we walked in, and still to this day being pulled over by the race soldiers, ask you where your ID and where you're going and what you're doing. You know, it's like the free South Africa when apartheid was existent. You have to have your paperwork to move about, and if not, you know, to this day they still have the right to detain you until they figure out who you are. Yeah, and to potentially hold you without due process. So there's no governing time or instance in which they got to let you go. This is how we move and how we've been trained to move with each other. You know, I put a post up and I say, well, you know what? You got all these different tours and people moving around this country. You got Taylor Swift, you got Garth Brooks, you got the Stones, you got a whole bunch of people making a lot more than these rappers. People that look like you. But I don't see nobody extorting them. Why is it a black man got to check in somewhere with another black man to be able to move about this country when, well, I guess it goes back to saying freedom ain't free, but at the same time, we shouldn't be able to check in with each other to move about the country to do something that we love to do. I think that's some emotional female bullshit. And no pun intended, ladies. I'm speaking to the dudes that are doing that kind of shit, that are more concerned about what another man's doing as opposed to what they're doing. You got a motherfucker that's out here working hard for something he loves to do or she loves to do, and they should be able to move how they need to be. You know what I mean? But we're the only ones that do that. This is why I'm questioning, is Black love dead? Even down to the banter that we do here on different platforms. Whether Black men don't love Black women, Black women don't love Black men. You know, we're constantly tearing each other up and, you know, in reference to the things that we think that we're entitled to. You know, who's the leader or who should be leading? And, you know, we're talking about masculine and feminine energies and where we are, without even really recognizing the fact that who are we? You know, as foundational Black people in this world, we don't have any allies. The color of our skin doesn't have any allies. It's just us. But we do so much infighting, man, that we can't even really create a lane that is going to be impacting the way of life of the world we live in. Down to the things that we have been handpicked for. People don't get it twisted, man. A lot of these people that are propped up, quote unquote, celebs have been handpicked to be in these places to preach or profess or program the buffoonery and to keep us in a fall. So we can't understand how we need to move to get ourselves together. It is a goddamn shame where you have grown men, quote unquote, grown men extorting other grown men on the street that look like them. When in all actuality, as I said, always, you could create value in a situation and put yourself in the situation where you could prosper as opposed to taking something from somebody, and i.e. potentially taking a life or having your life taken. You know, I hear so many people say, well, yeah, and I mean, honestly, I've said it too. It is no reason why we talk about the young guy that just got killed, PNB. There is no reason why he shouldn't have been able to go and sit and have some waffles and wings with his woman without having that concern about whether somebody's going to jack his ass. Because that's just what they do. You feel me? Yeah. Bullshit. It's all bullshit. People say, oh, well, that's all I knew. Well, motherfucker, you got a sound mind. You should be looking to learn something better. Remove yourself from the circumstances in which you, and don't let your circumstances continue to govern you. Now I look around and you got grown ass crash. There's nothing worse than a young crash dummy than an old crash dummy. You got old motherfuckers talking about, running around talking about this, you know, their position still out here in the quote unquote culture, banging and shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. Go have 50 seats with your 50-year-old ass, 50-plus-year-old ass. You know, talking about the work you'll put in now. Man, fuck you. You're a disgrace to your race. You're one of the ones who can continually help these people profess this dead recognition of lack of self-love. You need to be ashamed of yourself. A lot of you got children, grandchildren, and so on and so forth. And the real reason in which any of these cultures were established have been long buried, dead and gone with their founders. Yeah. Now it's just taking a life of its own. You know? And your mammies, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves too, goddammit. You know, you made that young man or that young woman, and because you feel like cards have dealt you some fucked up life. No, bitch, it started with you when you decided to put your legs up over your head and let that wild ass nigga conceive a child with you. Now, because you were bitter because it didn't go the way you thought it was going to go, you had neglected this child for years, and all of the seeds you've sown in this child for years has come home to roots. And a lot of times, either they're going to bring you some heartache through their movements that's going to cause them to die with their boots on out in the street, or they're going to bring you some heartache and some sort of further inconvenience because they're going to put them in a space where they're going to be for the last 20 or 30 years of their life. Yeah. But what about all these things and people that they move around, and the government may call them collateral damage, the victims. A lot of these people move about with complete impunity and have no concern for the victims. Yeah. I had to rethink my conversation that I've had on the platform a few whiles back, and it's about that. Man, fuck that. As solid men and women, if you want to say you solid men and women don't rob and steal from people. Put yourself in a position that if you're going to go rob something, go rob the establishment. Yeah. Don't take from hardworking folks, man. That's stupid. Yeah. You're on the street, motherfuckers, leave that yard politics where the fuck it is, man. Let them motherfuckers in there cool their motherfucking heels. Yeah. That's goofy shit. Where a motherfucker sitting up on the yard somewhere can put a battery in a motherfucker's back that's home and living free. Yeah. That's that goofy shit. Couldn't do it. It wouldn't be me. Nigga, fuck you, to cheer you on, and your motherfucking life. However you want to press it and send it. Yeah. Now, if I'm in there on the chair, we can get at each other, then that's what's going to be. But yeah, man, come on, man. That kind of shit needs to stay there. You home and you free. Nigga, Popeyes is hiring. You understand? There's a lot of different ways that you can get money. But even with it, a lot of you motherfuckers have been taught by your mammies to lay in shit as opposed to get up and turn a shovel. I went over a lot of y'all head. She laid in shit to have your motherfucking ass. That's why she's been bitter. Letting you run amok. Your daddy ain't been around. Yeah, and the one you did have, he probably wasn't worth a plug nickel anyway, because his mammy wasn't worth a plug nickel, or his daddy. They didn't love themselves. Yeah. So I asked the question tonight, man, is Black love dead? The love of self. Can we love ourselves enough to chasten one another, or to even have a conversation to pull each other up on some real game that's going to want us to be better and do better? Not be envious and jealous of another that looks like us, that's doing good. Man, I applaud everybody that's doing good, man. If you getting it and you're applying yourself and you living in your purpose every day, man, I applaud you. I want nothing but growth and prosperity for you. Yeah. A lot of you jokers, like I say, you sit around and you slick hating and punching and throwing jabs at people that are close to you with your envious self. When in all actuality, shit, you should be a part of their fucking movement, bringing value to them. Yeah, helping them rise to the occasion, help them be better, help them amass more. Yeah, as opposed to sitting on the sideline playing Judas, looking to rob them or steal something from them or kill them later. Yeah. hmm Listen, the other things, man, that we don't profess self-love in is the care of ourselves, our health, our mental health, our spiritual health. What are we really doing with that? I'm just talking, man. I'm just rambling along. I'm asking questions. And at any point in time, you can chime in. You know, we've been given shitty food options, bad water. Even in certain parts of the country now, they got bad water. You know, I've always been a thinker. And many years, I've always felt like shit, even the food plants, you know, because they got routes. We can say, all right, look, man, this food is about done. Send that shit into that hood. Send the fresher shit into this hood, this neighborhood. Yeah, they can cut the water pressure off in your neighborhood, have you water trickling, which is not good for the irrigation or the sanitation. But what are we doing about it? Honestly, man, I think you know a lot of times it is those narratives in which you bam like a ton of bricks. You know when you talk about the destruction of a civilization, right? You start with the people. You start with the interning of the people in which that civilization exists. That's how you do that. By turning each other against each other. No one's focused on what's actually really happening. We're not focused on who's really running the thing, who's really sending us to move. You know, it's like in the 60s when they dropped the drugs in the community, the black community. Yeah, give it to the niggas and the sticks. Let them figure it out. In the 80s, give it to the niggers. Let them figure it out. And it's done so much to us where we've lost multiple generations of solid guidance. We don't know where the hell we're going from because a lot of times we don't know where the hell we've come from. We're taking some other scribe's story, his story, and we've been running with it. But as the days have gone on, a lot of us are becoming more awakened because we've been able to tap in to a lot of our true and real history. Prime example, the same question. If you're just joining the show topic tonight is Black Love Dead. Is the love of self, the love of our own skins and our own human culture, is it dead? Here's how they sucker us, right? Not to take anything from Viola, but we talk about this movie, The Black Woman King. You know, I take that as a direct flagrant assault because if you look back, that wasn't the picture that was really there. But I'm just going to talk about the name, Black Woman King. On an earlier show, when I first did this, I talked about the mommy dad, daddy mom. That picture in itself, the woman king, basically states that a black woman has always played the dual roles as a man and a woman. And the depiction is always the black woman in her masculine energy, as opposed to her feminine, most powerful state, because she is the creator of all. Got her running around here looking like a fucking man swinging a sword. Wow. That speaks volumes to the majority of the civilization in which we live. You think about 85% of black households are run by single mothers. That's a whole hell of a lot. Choices. What were those choices based on? The choices were based on whether or not the mother had love of self first, in which she was willing to value herself or place value on herself, in which she was willing to vet her suitor before she conceived you. Secondly, the love of self for that black man to manage one of the two things that he is able to manage and should be placing the most value on, where he places his seed and who carries his birthright, i.e., his last name. Black men or black males have been so irresponsible with their seed, out here just laying it off in anything and everyone and everywhere, and then wondering why they get so much hell or catch so much hell because you were irresponsible. You were never supposed to lay with that woman at all, let alone conceive a child. Yeah. And when you did so, you were irresponsible. So, a lot of us, I'm saying us because I'm a black man, we were irresponsible. We didn't give a shit, or we were fearful of what was put in us subliminally. We didn't want to go deal with the law when we had rights as well. So, here you go. The absentee landlord and the perpetuation of this dual role that you left this young female with to raise your seed and mismanage your birthright. So no, he ain't got no love for himself. You got no love for 9 times out of 10 the mama. There's going to be some contempt there. Going to be some contempt because you ain't there. And that question is still going to remain. Well, why the fuck he ain't here? What you do? And he's going to go seek that love from another man or a male figure as he gets older. And a lot of times he's going to get it from some bullshit crash dummy that's going to tell him something wrong. That's going to land him in a position where he may not have no get back. He might be one of these crash dummies that'll die with their boots on out here in these streets, which is going on daily. I'll say this, man. These niggas that's walking around here with the guns, man, I'm going to tell you something. That's using them on us. You're cowards. I came up in an era where the gun was a last resort. I think that you should be able to take an ass whooping before you were able to even touch a gun. If you're not willing to take an ass whooping, you don't need no gun because you're going to resort to that first. That's some bitch made shit. You should be able to offer up a fair one, get a fade in. Yeah, let your nuts really hang. Yeah. But here we go. We talk about the lack of self-love. Motherfuckers don't have no love for you because they don't have no love for themselves. Even when we talk about your relationships, ladies, if a man meets you and you're in your masculine state and he's in his masculine state, you're going to have those problems. Sure, you may fuck a little bit and you may have some happy moments, but at the same time, he's always looking at the front door because he can't deal with the masculine shit. And a lot of times, ladies, in your masculine state, you may catch him he's off his game, he's off his square, he's off his purpose. So you're not going to be attracted to him. So you're going to lose that. When you get to the point where you have the understanding of how you should love yourself, you'll always walk in your purpose. If your purpose, lady, is to be feminine, then be that. You'll recognize that once you get to the point where you truly love yourself, because being in your feminine state, that creates life, that creates love, that creates your environment. I love a woman who can walk into a room or in a space and shift the whole energy. You know when I'm gonna tell you when you know, fellas, I'm gonna tell you when you know you got a bad woman and you need to hold on to her for dear life. When she can come into a place and space and shift the energy of other women. Watch how she's received by other women. If the reception is to the point where other women take notice and want to extend themselves and be that, you got your winner. It's on you to figure out how to coexist with her. Yeah. But if you got one that doesn't move other women and the energy that's being given is disdain and discourse, yeah, you got you a fucked up one. You need to rethink that one. That's just facts. Help her with her self-love. But then how do you love you, man? What are you doing? Are you living in your purpose? If you're just joining the show, man, I'm talking about Is Black Love Dead? I'm talking about all of the different aspects in which we are being put in positions to um, not love ourselves as Black people, as real Black people. You know, we should be proud. We should walk with our shoulders back, our head high, our chest out. We shouldn't be concerned about others' fragility and how we speak and move. You know, it's like you got these people in this country that has used us and abused us. You know, spade to spade. White folks has oppressed us and done shit to us, but yet don't want us to speak about it. Don't want us to have any kind of feelings or emotions about being able to go back and see pictures and video of our ancestors being hit in the head, being lynched and burned, and dogs sent on them, and unable to speak for themselves or vote for themselves, or being able to just live in a peaceful area without them. I.e., I was watching a clip with Tom Hanks, right? Tom Hanks was saying that he knew about a whole bunch of other historic things. But up until about 2 years, he had never heard about the atrocities that happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah. You know, I had Dr. Umar on the show, and he kind of made a statement saying, well, yeah, people abandoned Black Wall Street because of different opportunities that they were given a piece of the pie to come and live in the mainstream world with white folks. I can see that. Brother, I'll say this to you. I had to think about that thing. The reason they were is because the motherfuckers were burnt out and killed out of it. So yeah, that the other part of that actionable item was fear. Yeah, it's a fucked up thing when you can catch a motherfucker stealing from you, and they get mad at you because you caught them. Yeah, this is what we're going through. But we're going through the constant programming where you have people reaping up our youth, reaping up our young, to be all constantly in the turn up and right here. And yeah, it doesn't breed any self-love. We don't need you talking about no death, selling no motherfucking death on a record. You hear me? And then if you go back and you talk about how many turkeys you take to your community, that's blood money. Because think about how many motherfuckers that was programmed off your music that drove out in their Charger, in their truck, in their hoopty, listening to your music, and pop the cap, and another young blood looking like them, looking like themselves, or whatever the bullshit principles that they thought it was. It had nothing to do with Black love or self-love. We don't even respect each other enough to consider the Black man or woman next to us. I've been out numerous places. I'm gonna tell you something. If you ever see me somewhere, I'm gonna speak to you. Hey, brother. Hey, sister. You're not out here by yourself. That's my commentary. I don't give a shit where I'm at. I could be in fucking Poughkeepsie, New York. If I see a brother or sister, I'm speaking to you just like that. Because that's the kind of love and respect we should have for each other. Because in certain spaces and places, there aren't many of us. But I've done that on numerous occasions. I get crazy looks like, motherfucker can't speak. I'm like, hey, nigga, what's going on? Did you graduate from the school from Helen Keller? Motherfucker, you can't speak? Cat got your tongue? Oh, I'm all right. Nigga, evidently you not. I'm speaking to you. I don't want shit you got, but I'm just letting you know, as a brother from another mother, you're not out here by yourself. You can count on me. Don't cost you a dime to acknowledge somebody that looks like you. Yeah. Shame, man. We can't even do that, man. We so in our spaces and places. You know, I go in multiple diverse areas, and you can see us speckled out, and no one interacting with one another. It's just like we ships in the night. We just thieves, just blending on by. It's like no one. Hey, you don't know nothing. Damn shame. Yeah. Get in the habit of speaking to your people when you see your people out, man. Get in the habit. Gotta do better. Got to do better. Got to start somewhere, man. Yeah. I know we ain't that fucked up. And we can't even speak to each other. Damn. Shame. Anyway, if you're just joining the show, man, tonight's show is Black Love Dead? The love of self. Do you love yourself? Do you love yourself enough to do better, to be better, to change? Yeah. A lot of us don't. A lot of us don't. A lot of us just in the way. So miserable. So miserable. I want to play something for you. And I thought it was on point. Listen.
Don't let no man anybody can be faithful with everything going right. That ain't no test. My husband comes home every night.
Hang on 1 second. Let me get it up. Anyway, as I find this, I'll talk to you. Once again, like I said, if you're just joining the show, tonight the topic is Black love dead? The love of self. Do we love ourselves, or is the love of ourselves non-existent anymore? We have no sense of pride, no sense of dignity, no sense of self-worth. We're not looking to fight for anything because we're so pacified with things, with chasing things, or feeling like we've arrived at something. Man, fuck your house, fuck your car and your little business. That shit is a freaking farce. Sure, it's good to have some security, but it's a false sense of security because at the end of the day, I'll be taken. Yeah. We're at the point where we can be comfortable enough around each other, even in the midst of our own people.
Look at black people in America, they say, my God, look at these people. We just got here yesterday, and we're doing more than these people. When they look at black people in America, they say, my God, look at these people. We just got here yesterday, and we're doing more than these people who've been here for hundreds and hundreds of years. They see you drunk. They see you with arrows and plastic bags on your head. They see you with high heel shoes and pocketbooks. They see you with fine cars, but no house to pocket in front of. They like our Michael Jordan and our Michael Jackson. They like our Prince and our Whitney Houston. They say these people is beautiful musicians. But what the hell is wrong with them people? They're looking at us. See, they wear clothes, they don't produce none. They wipe themselves with toilet paper, but they don't even have a toilet paper factory. This is a pitiful group, they think. They don't have any banks, hardly. They don't trust each other enough to support one another. So they look at us and they wonder, are we human? They see our young warriors, the best that we've ever produced. Right? crazy. The most violent generation we've ever had. Somebody's putting Uzis in our hand. Sawed-off shotguns. AK-47s. And we're so happy to kill somebody. We just drive by and just shoot. When they look at black people in
that's how they
America,
look at us. But it goes back to what I just said, man. It's like we talk about it. Show topic. Is black love dead? We don't even have a sense of self-love because we're too busy loving other people's shit. We got a couple dollars, we're gonna go put a white man's name on our ass. Or we're gonna go put some super nigga name on our feet that shit. I don't even think he's getting even a piece of the damn thing, the company anymore. That's just how it goes. Yeah. Wiping our ass, as the minister said, with TP, and we don't even own a fucking TP factory. We don't even own enough trees to even create some TP. Yeah, but we professing our wealth with things, with things that don't even have any value. Man said you go buy $100,000 car, motherfucker. You don't even own a $100,000 house. What's wrong with that picture? And you wonder why people have so much contempt for us. Our tellers, our cousins that come over here from other places to get this thing that they feel that we've squandered. I used to say it all the time. Yeah, we should be able to coast because we built it for free. But you know what? I retract that bullshit. Yeah, we should be riding even harder because the opportunity is there for us to be greater than our ancestors ever have or had been to this date in this country. They're turning over in their graves because a lot of them would have died for nothing, died in vain to see the shit that we're doing to each other. I call bullshit. We can do better, so much better. So much better. Not everybody was perfect, but those that were there, they sought to do something. They sought to do something that would outlive them. This is why we can still reference some of our quote unquote leaders of the day. Yeah. We got to do better. And I don't see where this is a comfortable time. So I measure now, because it is uncomfortable to have your child that looks like you become a musician or some athlete and go into some place because they're going there for work or to aspire to do something or do something that they love to do, they have a passion for, only to have them being shipped back in a bag in a box. And they ain't bothering nobody. And 9 times out of 10, they were put there by another son or potential daughter and son that look like you. Are we really that far gone and we don't love ourselves, man? Damn. Sad thing. I just came on here tonight, man, put a little paint where it ain't and incite a little thought, man. If you got any thoughts or ideas, you like this show, smash that like button. I need you to smash that like button now, man. Smash the like button. Yeah, got any comments or any ideas? Look, leave it there, man. Leave it there. Follow me right here on YouTube, man, weeknights at 8:30 p.m. Subscribe, smash the like, pluck the bell. Yeah, got any comments? Leave them there, man. Yeah, right here on the Romello Marcellus Show weeknights, man. We talking love tonight. We talking, is black love dead or love of self, man? That is the conversation we're having right now. Yeah, if you hey man, you got anything you want to say? Leave it in the comments right now. Yeah. And all you're getting, get you some understanding, man. Understand that you should be loving yourself and being the prime example of how people need to love you, because you're loving other folks and loving yourself. You're loving folks by loving yourself. Loving yourself in a way that it doesn't hurt others or cost us. Okay? Yeah, fight your battles. Yeah. And if people see you love you, man, they have an idea of what they should be doing for themselves. I mean, it's just setting the example, changing the narrative. Changing the narrative. Yeah. Tell a friend, man. Tell a friend about the show. Tell a friend. If you had any ideas, any show ideas, leave it in the comments. I'll get to you. If you like the show, smash that button. I need you to hit that like. If you're on there now, I need some likes. Get those likes up. Get those likes in. Yeah. Let me see you. All right. Came through, man. Like I said, it dropped a little paint. Where it ain't. Hopefully you got something from it, man, and hopefully you can inspire someone other than yourself, or excuse me, along with yourself, to be a help to somebody. Okay? That's all. That's all I want to be. That's all I want to do. Yeah. And don't worry about if nobody else loves you. You love you. Just know I love you too. Good night.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had.
Bring them out.
Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life.
Had to find my inner power.
To fashion, etiquette, and current events. Major show alert! All to enhance the happiness already inside you.
Today is about the power of you.
Check it out.
You're now rocking with the best.